A lot of dots. That water I'm feeling? Okay, so just for a heads up, if you want to, like, make a giant pause in the mod, you don't have to use dots. Use the pause command. It's way better. It's way better of a, like, this isn't like me trying to, like, be, like, make fun of it or anything. I'm actually, like, using this as, like, actual advice. Like, if you just put the pause command, and then you can make it for, like 5 to 6 seconds or something, and it would work way better than just putting constant ellipses.
Nice.
Thank you, Joker. I'm questioning the mod because if there's a storm, oh, Brownie Maker, I'm trying to read it, Sonic's message. How dare you gift me money? I'm just kidding. Thank you for the gift sub. But alright, so it's Sonic said 220 bits. If anything goes wrong, jump out the window. Question this mod because there's a storm. Then everyone being, oh no, you already read that. He needs to jump out the window. No, don't jump out the window. Hey guys, just to let you know ahead of time, the natural disaster moment is not done yet. This is a demo. Okay, so natural disaster is not in the demo. Okay, got it. Is that water I'm feeling? Did somebody just pour water on my head? Not funny, Monica. Dang it, I'm soaked all over. It's Monica and her teasing. Wait. What are those noises? Looks like someone's groaning really loudly. Or just Monica screwing with me. Monica, stop it! Weird sounds continue. Am I just dreaming this? No. Wait. Where's all the water? Looks like I'm in a whirlpool or something. Oh, crash! Crash! You also need sound effects. The heck was that? My heart slams into me. What's going on? Zero! Freak. Another crash. Gotta be dreaming. Zero! Is that Yuri screaming? Wake up! I hear Natsuki screaming. Grab Natsuki, Zero! Oh no! It's no dream. Zero! Help me! I'm opening my eyes, but there's so much water splashing my face that I can't. Grab Natsuki, Zero! The flood is washing her out! Monika's screaming. Finally, I wildly reach out for Natsuki. My mom managed to grab her arm. I got you! A low and menacing groaning noise. Everyone, hold on to something! Natsuki! Look out, Zero! Natsuki screams in my ear. Natsuki fucking dies.
What? Someone just die?
God damn it, ellipses. Where am I?
We're outside.
Ed. I hear a familiar voice whispering to me. Hold still, Zero. Took a hard blow to the head. Monica? What's going on? Try not to talk, Zero. What do you mean? What's going on? Where the heck am I? Wait. Where's the storm? Where's the flood? Is it over already? What is this place? Metal Gear. Faintly see Yuri approaching me. Oh, Zero, are you alright? You were unconscious for several hours. Ooh, okay, so they've already been kind of around. He's just been out. Where's Sayori? She's sleeping right now. Don't worry about her. She's alright. It's just... What's wrong? Where are we? What's going on, Monica? A flash flood destroyed the school and carried us off somewhere in the forest. We lost our sense of direction, so we're really lost. And Natsuki, I'm scared. What happened to her? Is she alright? Where is she? I try to spring to my feet, but my headache forces me back down. Ow! She's not looking too good, Zero. Same steel beam that hit your head hit hers. I'm really worried. Let's go get help! Call for help! He can't. All of our phones are destroyed or lost. Wait a minute, was MC sleeping through that? Hold up. Did they just say they had a fucking, like, flood and MC just slept through that?
I don't think he slept. He got hit in the head and he knows.
No, before that. Before he got in the head, he was like, knock it off, Monica.
Oh,
he was sleeping?
Yeah. He was asleep still in the flood.
What?
This is why you don't sleep by the window.
I don't even think the heaviest of sleepers can sleep through that. Like, you're literally in water.
Yeah, it was weird.
Your entire body would be succumbed with water.
He said that water poured onto his head, so I guess like he slept and then like the water started flooding in like as he was waking up, and then the room just got full of water or something. Oh no.
How do you sleep when the water's shoulder high? Yeah, if you succumb the entire body in water, I'm pretty sure you're bound to wake up.
It kept saying that water was pouring on his head, so I was like, is he like submerged completely?
Water leaks in slowly first before the pressure would explode inside. But the rest of the girls are already freaking out and saying to grab onto Natsuki.
Yeah.
So
the school got destroyed in it too.
Could be a small school.
The school is just a class.
And we're not just talking about water, we're talking about flood water, which is frigid cold. Yeah, that would have woke him up. That's cold ass water.
Yeah.
If you put somebody in cold water, that's how you wake someone up. You fucking splash them with cold water, because no one's gonna not wake up if you splash them with cold water. How did a flood carry away a 3-story school building? Wait, yeah, there's 3 stories! Because I was about to say, hold up, the mod hasn't confirmed, we haven't confirmed how big their school is. But no, yeah, he went downstairs. They talked about floors. There's at least 3 stories to the school. How did it
destroyed like the bottom part?
Maybe just destroyed maybe didn't push all of it. Maybe destroyed like the top or half. Okay, we'll get the school thing somewhere else, because the school thing at the top of the school was not carried away. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, at the top of the school, the club room part of the school was destroyed. Well, see, that's why they should have went to the cafeteria. This is why them not following regular safety regulations caused their downfall.
Did they tell them to go to the cafeteria?
No! That wasn't part of the problem we had. The teachers just gave them food and then just let all the students spread out around the school.
Literally, get away from the windows. Are you dumb?
What happened to the other students? Doesn't matter what happened to the other students. The mod doesn't have to talk about that. They don't know, so yeah. You can't. All of our phones are destroyed or lost. They're so getting sued. They really are.
They really are. Maybe it was just a really poorly built school. You ever think about that?
I feel like even Monica would use logic in the situation, though. Like, even if we
she wouldn't be like, let's not sleep in the classroom.
Even if we take away how dumb the school is, I feel like Monica would be like, we should probably go to a place where everyone else is. Like, stay in the cafeteria. Let's not go to the clubroom, guys. That's where windows are. Let's go to a closed window area. Like, why would no one... Even I know that, and I'm not a teacher. Like, they teach you that in school.
You don't need to be a teacher to know common sense.
DDLC does a good job of masking the fact there are no other people in the game. In this mod, it's painfully obvious. No, but that's the problem. There are other people in the mod. They mentioned the teachers give them sleeping bags and food. Yeah, avoid being near windows. Favor Linux. Now's not the time, Linux. Along with most everything else. We've done everything we can for Natsuki. All we can do now is wait. My head fall back to the ground helplessly. Everything changed so fast. Moment, I was sleeping soundly after reading manga with Natsuki. We're in the middle of nowhere. Natsuki's life on the line. Can't do anything for her. I want to scream. I want to curse the world. My head Ow.
You'll be alright in a bit, Zero. Then we can go from there. I just hope Natsuki pulls through too.
Try to rest my head, but I'm just too worried about Natsuki. What'd I do if she... No. She won't die. She can't. Wouldn't be fair.
I'm going back to watch over Natsuki. Maybe she'll wake up soon.
Belief. I begin to sit up. Like I said, I was not concerning myself with those kinds of details, but I am taking notes. That's all I really ask for these types of when I play people's mods. Because yeah, it's like, because I understand what you're definitely just trying to get to a point to where I'm assuming they're lost out of the school, so you were just kind of skipping out a bit. But the problem is, like, when it comes to stories, is that you can't really do that because certain stories don't work unless you do setups like this. Like certain things just physically can't work unless you actually have a lot of things, because it'll take away a lot of tension from the reader reading the story, because they'll feel very like uninterested because they're like, this all just feels like everything just happened because of plot convenience. Like, things start happening because plot. Like, why didn't the teachers make all the students sit in a place? Because plot. Why did MC not wake up after being submerged into water? Because plot. Because he had to forget not to be able to grab onto Natsuki.
Bro, they could have gone to the cafeteria, and then there could have been a sinkhole in the middle of the cafeteria.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jay Leaf. In order to make an engaging story, you have to account for details so that the reader isn't pulled out of the immersion. Exactly. It's like the details are very important.
Yeah.
Slowly, I begin to sit up.
Feeling better, Zero?
Well, that feels like it just went through the Chernobyl disaster. Okay. But I guess I'm feeling a little better. Not sure if I really want to explain it. I don't know if Twitch wants me. I don't know if Twitch will allow me to explain it.
Oh, is it like really bad? Oh.
I don't know if Twitch feels about it.
Just tell me after the stream.
I don't know how Twitch feels about it. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
But I guess I'm feeling a little better.
That's good. The thing is...
Yeah, basically, big building go boom. Basically.
Okay.
Natsuki... She's not very strong. I can't help feeling terribly apprehensive for her prospects.
He looks away. Gripping my head, I stumble to my feet. I'm going to take a look.
Alright.
He points out where Natsuki's lying. Follow her finger and see her. Monika's busy wiping her forehead down with a soaked cloth torn from someone's clothes. Tori's sleeping next to Natsuki. It looks as though she had fallen asleep hugging Natsuki. Good girl, Sayori. Always so tender-hearted. Can't help but wonder if her presence through the night had helped Natsuki. They say that those who are in a coma can sense the presence of others. Carefully, I step across the grass up to them. Monika is quietly whispering comforting words to Natsuki. But Natsuki remains unresponsive. Kneel down to feel her head. Oh! Burning up with a fever. Hands me another wet cloth.
Here, use this. It'll help. I hope.
Fury running back and forth between us and the stream to keep the cloths wet and cool. Monika and I kept working on Natsuki. After an hour or so, Natsuki's high fever begins to subside.
I think it's safe to say that she's out of any immediate danger.
Oh.
It's just a matter of time before she wakes up.
I thought, like, she broke her arm or something, or like...
She got hit in the head with a steel beam, which put her in a coma, and she has a fever. Can you get a fever while being in a coma? I'm actually not sure.
It's not a coma. I don't think it technically counts as a coma. It was just like...
She is in a coma. MC said that.
But like, a coma, it only counts as a coma if like you're out for multiple days.
It says that those in a coma can sense the presence of others.
What?
It's not exactly a coma, then you shouldn't have put this word here. because it's misleading to the reader because they think that it's trying to say that it's a coma, but it's not a coma.
She just got knocked out.
So she got knocked out and she got a fever?
Yeah.
I guess she can get a fever from the cold water from the flood, I guess?
She could have gotten sick.
I was saying, maybe
or
they mean
like-
hypothermia, or they're that. Yeah, maybe she got hypothermia instead. A fever, I don't think it's the right word. Brain damage
I'm
can
not
give a
sure how
fever.
you would get it.
Brain damage
I
can
don't know
give
how
a
you-
fever? Okay, well then maybe that's what it is then.
Oh, brain damage. Well, that makes more
I mean, I
sense.
was like, because she wasn't a flood. I'm not, like, doubting the possibility of her getting sick.
That's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, if she got brain damage, then she should be like, the hit would have been hard enough to like make her bleed. Like she'd be bleeding.
She is bleeding. They have a cloth on her head, I thought.
No, the cloth is to make her fever go away. The cloth isn't to wipe blood
Oh.
off her head.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, I guess is there not any blood?
That's what I thought it was at first. And when they said Monica's wiping her head, I was like, oh,
Oh
they're
yeah,
wiping
she's
blood
wiping.
away,
Oh yeah,
but
she's
they're
wiping.
not.
Maybe she had blood before. I don't know. Yeah, they don't really mention if she looked disheveled.
They
Yeah.
could have had blood before, but I don't know.
I mentioned somewhere that her head is bandaged. Oh, okay. Well, her head is
They
bandaged.
did? Oh.
Well, I mentioned somewhere. Okay, wait. Did you mention it, Swordmaster, or did the mod mention it?
If that's something that's happening in the mod, then you should say it in the mod.
So I was like, did the mod mention it? Because if the mod mentioned it, I might have just skipped it then. Because I might have forgot. Well, because I think they mentioned she was bandaged.
Oh, the mod mentions it somewhere.
I was like, okay. Where did they get bandages? Yes.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, the best we can do
tickets?
is to keep her as comfortable and as cool as possible. Oh! Wait, where am I? Where's Mr. Cow? Oh, right. I remember. Oh, is Natsuki alright now?
Places her hand on Natsuki.
I think she's alright for the moment, Sayori. Oh, Natsuki.
She throws herself on the limp Natsuki and embraces her.
I'm so glad you're better. You're going to be alright. You hear me, Natsuki? You're going to be alright. Guys, it's going to be dark soon. Now that Natsuki's doing better, maybe we should get ourselves ready for the night? I didn't fancy spending another night wet and hungry. Me neither. We need to build a shelter, start a fire, and try to get something for dinner. I haven't eaten in so long.
Bear begins whimpering.
Yeah, and I'm hungry. Well, I could try fishing. I used to do that a lot, and I'm not that bad at it.
I'll just need. Oh, the Yuri talking.
I'll just need to make some kind of fishing rod. Alright, Yuri, you can go and try that. I can't promise any results, but I'll try my best.
Yuri jumps up.
I'll build the fire and cook anything that Yuri catches.
Yuri.
Nice.
Building a fire?
I think I'll take care of the fire, Sayori. Why don't you make us a shelter of some kind? I think I saw some tarp in a pile of debris upstream. You can use that. Alright, Monica. I can do that.
What about me? I guess I'm useless as usual.
No, I'm sure that any one of us could use your help. So I'll just leave it to you who you want to help. Yeah, I cannot talk. So I'll just leave it to you whom you want to help out.
Looks like Monica's leaving it to me then. Well, I'm gonna save. Whee.
Who are we gonna pick?
Got bits. Brownie Makers 100 bits. Sayori equals dumb. Comedy laugh. Yeah, I'm really hoping they don't overplay how dumb Sayori is. They've been kind of doing it a bit. Like, not even knowing what an intercom is. and
Yeah.
Sonic with another 220 bits. Survival. Rights with torn and dirty clothes are being created. That's good. I feel like that's definitely something that needs to be made. For a 10-year-old who seemed to know too much. Is he confirmed 10?
Huh?
Swordmaster, are you 10 or...
Are you 10?
Or is he just saying that? Choices are not routes, or different perspectives on the same plot line. Ah, I figured. I figured they weren't routes.
I kind of do with Monica.
Or I hope Zero fishes with Yuri. I bet you hope that. Keep dreaming. Who said he was 10? I don't know. Nick said he was 10, so I was like, is he 10? And I could have saw someone else earlier said this mod was made by a 10-year-old, so I was like, oh. I mean, I'm not 10.
I'm not
oh, that,
10.
guys, then stop calling him 10 if he's not 10.
Yeah, why are you guys calling him 10? That's mean.
like,
Don't be mean.
alright. I'll help you out with the fire, Monica.
Yeah, yay, you picked me. Hey, Monica. That seemed rather... I'm sorry, guys. That did seem a bit out of place. Yeah, it's not like Natsuki's lying comatose at our feet, Monica.
Oh, Yuri seems a bit ticked off.
We were literally making jokes earlier, what?
We were...
She's just pissed because you didn't want to fish
I was
with
just
her.
saying, I was like, we were literally making jokes before this. What? About how Sayori making a fire?
Yuri.
I said I'm the only. I said that I'm the one who's always dropping the stink bombs around here. Hey, guys, let's just take a moment and breathe. I love our jobs doing. We all must do our part to help each other out here. Yeah, wait, this line just seemed weird. What the fuck? just seems like a weird line. Like, Monica, how dare you be happy that he wants to hang out with you? Like, it just feels weird. The characters are in the DDLC universe. Monica's still Monica. Yeah, but she's clearly not self-aware.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have any reason to act. So they wouldn't have any reason to be mad at her, nor would she have any reason to be mad to them. That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
she
So
is
this is very
self-aware.
confusing. She might be. You don't know. If Monica's self-aware, you have way more issues.
Yeah.
If Monica's self-aware in this mod, why is any of this happening?
She should be able to stop it.
Yeah, I was about to say, if Monica's self-aware, she could literally stop all of it.
She can make the fire by snapping her fingers,
So I
bro.
don't think you want Monica to be self-aware in your story, because then you're gonna cause a lot more issues.
Yeah.
She might not want to know the future. I don't know. Swordmaster, I don't think you're understanding what we're talking about. We're saying that if in your mod, Monica is self-aware, I'm pretty sure she can bring the club room just back. She can just restore the world. She just restore it.
Yeah. If she's aware and she's able to, like, you know, be still in at the game and stuff, none of this would be happening.
Like, I know she's not amazing at coding, but she's also shown she can displace, she can add and remove things. So adding the school is probably just like adding an object.
What is he saying?
I didn't say that she was, just be aware that she might be. I know, and I'm telling you to be aware that if you make her aware, your mod might not be good. That's what I'm trying to give you advice. You can't, I'm saying that when you try to teeter it on a maybe, I'm like, dude, I just want you to know this story won't really work very well if you make her aware.
It's a yes or no question. Yes or no?
Also, I'm like, it's a yes or no, because like if you make her aware, this isn't gonna be very well.
Yeah, you can't be like, well, maybe. It's not really up to interpretation,
Yeah.
because if it is, then if the people who think she is aware is like, why is all this happening?
Also, Libertina's like, unless Monica's being vindictive and putting the characters through all this, like, a mice in a maze, Monica being self-aware makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Unless
It just,
she's a jerk and not helping them.
it just seems like if you make her self-aware, you're just purposely making your mod worse. That's all I'm literally saying. Like, this is in my eyes, that's what it seems like. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's your mod, but in my eyes, if you make her aware, you're just making it worse. You're just gonna create more plot holes that already exist. For all of our jobs to do, we must all do our part to help each other out here. For Natsuki's sake, I'd recommend that we stop wasting time and get to work.
I agree with you, Zero. Shall we go? Just us?
What? What are you doing, Monica? Making things very awkward right now.
What are we waiting for, Sayori? Yeah, let's get to work. See you guys later.
Yeah. Thank you for the Prime sub, Tigerblade816. Pretty good, pretty good. I could explain it right now, but I wouldn't make too many revelations yet. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying, as another part of advice that I'm giving towards this demo. This mod would potentially get worse if you make Monica aware.
It would potentially be ruined.
Like, I'm just trying to say this now. The way this story works is because if you make Monica not aware, and it's just the story about all the girls trying to survive in this kind of, like, this kind of place, I think it could really work as a story. But if you make Monica aware, and which is really making me feel like, so what? Is this like Monica saw that you're hanging out with Natsuki, so she set up the storm and set up Natsuki getting hit by the fucking pipe just to hang out with you?
Unless this is some like elaborate thing that she's doing where she's making everybody go through this because she's evil, like there's a plot twist in the end where she's like evil or something, then I see no reason that.
Which again will just hurt the story even more, because like I said, I feel like the
if
story
that happened,
has potential.
It would kind of suck.
Yeah. It's like, look, the tension is gone if she's self-aware. Basically, Rich Odds is right. Yes.
You never said it, but
you never said it, but you are heavily implying it. That's what we're saying. You're not being very slick, is what we're saying. You're heavily implying that she is.
We asked you, is she aware, yes or no? And you said maybe. So what the fuck are we supposed to think?
Most people just say no. Because, like, if she isn't aware at all in your story, then, like, what was the point of saying any of this?
It's okay if Monica isn't aware.
A survival story is almost inherently about finding your feet in a powerless situation, and Monica's ultimate power that undermines the very formula. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that could have gone better. What's Monica acting so strangely? The other girls aren't too put off by it. Oh, Monica doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. In fact, she seems oddly unconcerned about the dire situation we're in. I mean, to be fair, MC, the way Monica's acting is pretty normal, because you were all unconcerned before the storm actually hit you. So...
Yeah, before you started getting swept away by the flood.
I'd argue the way she's acting now is how you were all acting fucking in the school. Just smiling as we both walk our way through the forest. Monica?
What's up, Zero?
You do realize we're in a survival situation, right?
Of course.
But you don't seem to be worried.
Oh, I know that we're in a bad situation. And Natsuki isn't really in good shape, but... I'm just so glad we get to survive all this together.
We? Together?
Yeah, of course. Hey, I meant the whole club, silly. Did you think that I meant with you only? Silly boy.
Oh. Now I feel like an idiot. Again. No. Oh, I'm fighting this one, Monica. You're not getting the better of me this time. Hey, Monica. Gotta admit that what you said did sound a bit weird.
Only to someone who's got the wrong ideas in their head. I only said that I was glad we got to survive together. It was your own input that determined that the pronoun we referred to the two of us when it actually meant all of us.
Points a teasing finger at me.
Your fault.
Former debate club member. Confirmed. But, admit that it was your own ambiguous language that caused the confusion.
I do indeed admit that my language resulted in the confusion, but that's the whole point. My ambiguous pronoun was filled by your own assumption. Ambiguous or not, it was you who made the incorrect interpretation.
Shoot. You got me. But I can't give in this easily. Monica, what if I...
Hey, Zero, when you're in a hole...
He gestures to me to finish the saying. Quit digging.
So stop digging your own grave and help me gather firewood.
Meaning to do this whole time, Monica. Begin our efforts, but it quickly becomes apparent that we have a big problem. Most of the wood is still soggy from the flooding. After several minutes of searching and collecting the driest wood we could find, Monica sighs and straightens up.
We may have enough wood to last the night, but there's no kindling dry enough to start the fire at all. At least not from what I've seen.
I yeet another soggy stick into the woods and shake my head. He just said he yeets another soggy stick.
He yeeted it.
Please do not use yeet as an actual verb.
They're like, it's not?
Not to mention that we don't have any matches to light the fire with, even if we did have a kindling.
Oh, Zero, there are ways to start a fire without matches.
You mean by rubbing 2 sticks together for a very long time until they're hot enough to start a fire? At last, she shakes her head. Rays from the setting sun lights up her pretty face as she answers me.
That, Zero, is something of a myth. But let's worry about how to light the fire later. Right now, we must find proper dry kindling or we'll never get anything lit.
So kindling would be things like pine cones, straw, or leaves, right?
Pretty much. The trick is finding dry kindling.
For another long, fruitless search, Monica sighs and appears to give up. Begins leading the way back to the stream.
This might be a time when Natsuki's manga could have had some value.
What? Monica makes a motion of lighting a fire.
Hey!
Now, don't be making fun of manga, Monica. How's that making fun of manga? You need a fire!
In a dire situation, when you're
In
like,
a dire situation,
in the
fuck
woods?
the manga.
yeah, you can go buy more. If you don't use the manga, you're not gonna survive,
I was
so you
about
won't
to
have it
say,
anymore.
I don't give a fuck whose manga it is. Fuck that shit.
Burned.
Oh, Zero, I was only joking. Though I'm not sure if I agree with Natsuki about manga being literature and all. It does have its place in the world of writing. And in the world of kindling.
Monica winks slyly. You take that back, manga's expensive? Yeah, well, you're not gonna be buying any more manga if we don't get a fire built.
Yeah, you're not gonna be buying anymore because you're gonna be dead.
So how about you say, fuck the manga and burn that shit?
If you had money in your pocket and that was the only flammable thing around you, you would burn it.
I don't even think Natsuki would be that opposed to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 200 bits, it's Sonic. There's logs over there, Skip. Thank you for the 100 bits, Brownie Maker. I'm gonna yeet my yeet into MC's yeet. Don't do that. That's unhealthy. Monica chooses a dry spot under a tree for a campsite. A little further downstream from where Natsuki's lying. I can't help but feel a sense of guilt for leaving her alone like that. What if she suddenly needs any help? What if...
You'll be fine, Zero.
This girl's a mind reader. No, but it seems wrong leaving her like that.
But aren't we helping her out right now?
I guess, but... Maybe I should go check on her, Monica. Turn around to head to Natsuki. Monica forcibly grabs my hand. Monica? What are you doing?
You'll be fine, Zero. Don't worry about her. Stay with me.
Ah!
Thank you, Llama. Honestly, I needed something to break this. I needed something
Yeah,
to break this.
I don't like this. I don't like what's going on right
This
now.
is becoming dumb.
Super Saiyan 3!
Thank you, Goku. That's me right now. I'm with you, Goku.
I'm upset at what's going on at the moment.
Monica frees my hand.
If you're that worried, I can go check on her while you remove a shoelace and tear off a sleeve.
What? Why do you need those? I smile sweetly.
I'm going to show you how to start a fire without matches or flint and steel. But first, I'm going to need a shoelace and some kindling. I decided you'll provide both.
Alright, fine. Monica charles off towards Natsuki as we begin the process of removing a shoelace. Okay, so either A, she's joking, or B, Monica actually is self-aware. But even then, as a joke, that feels super odd for See, that's the problem. I feel like in both scenarios, it's a lose-lose. Because even if Monica isn't aware and that was a joke, that's way too far for a joke. I feel like Monica would even go for. To, like, stop him and make him seem like, or not care. And then if you try to make the character trait of, well, Monica's obsessive with MC, that doesn't make any sense because she's only like that when she's aware. So now if we go with the idea of Monica being aware, again, all of the problems we've explained before about Monica being aware is here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just, I feel like this is just a lose-lose. The point is, you're at least supposed to suspect it, not know as of yet. She may or may not be self-aware. But the problem with that, though, is it doesn't work with her character either way.
The more you say that, the more it makes me think she is. Because why aren't you just saying if she's not, if she isn't?
Yeah, let's say, because the problem with that
Like,
is
clearly she is, if you keep saying that she's, oh,
And
maybe she is.
No,
Clearly she is.
No,
then.
but here's the problem. Like, no matter what you say, the story falls apart. Her
Yeah.
character falls apart. Because even if she's self-aware, because you say, yes, she's self-aware, then why is Monica going through all of this? Even earlier, even before the storm happened, Monica was being nice and hanging out with her friends. Why wasn't none of them changed? If this is going by the story of DDLC, why wasn't she already changing their values and everything? So, there's that, if she's aware. If she's not self-aware, then why would she do a joke like that? That seems way too far for someone like Monica to do.
Like, if she's aware, she would be able to, like, foresee all this, or, like, she'll be able to, like, not foresee it all, but, like, she'll be able to at least, like, stop it from happening.
And if those scenes are there just for bait and switch, I feel like that's just way too... It's because you're working too hard to put in random scenes just for bait and switch. Whether or not she's self-aware, Monica has Monica issues? No, she doesn't! Literally, of Monica's issue was that she's self-aware!
Yeah, her issue is that she's self-aware. When she's not self-aware, she's a completely different person.
That's what I'm saying. Her literal issue is that she's self-aware, Swordmaster. Have you played DDLC? Yeah, her issue is an existential one. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so when you get rid of that issue, you kind of have to fill in the blank with a different problem that kind of fits her character.
Yeah, if she's not self-aware, you can't just be like, oh, well, what was her issue? She was self-aware? Well, she's not self-aware, so...
Because to me, this feels like your only understanding of Monica might be that you think she just gets jealous. Or that she just loves MC. But it's like, that's not her problem. Like, that's not how Monica works. Yeah, her being obsessed with the player is because she's self-aware.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how it leads with that. Now, I'm not saying that, Brownie Maker, but I'm kind of thinking it.
Wait, what? Oh no.
Also, who the fuck gets jealous in a survival situation? That too!
Yeah,
I feel like this isn't the type of mod to be focusing on relationship problems.
At least right now.
Monica 101, hosted by Afro Zero. I'm the one to host it!
Nice.
This man's gonna quit modding after this stream. I'm not, like, trying to be mean or anything. I'm just trying to give advice and criticism because... I don't know. Like, this is just how I'm trying to see.
I hope they're not upset, though.
I'm just trying to give the advice. I can charge off towards Natsuki as I begin the process of removing a shoelace. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Monica kneeling beside Natsuki. Takes her pulse and feels her forehead. Monica then inspects her injury. Actually plants her ear on Natsuki's chest and listens to her heart. Time to watch any longer. Get the shoelace loose and begin tearing off the end of my left sleeve. Isn't as hard as I thought, since it was already a little torn from the disaster. I tear it off right when Monica arrives and takes my shoelace. Hey, I'm getting the shoelace back, right?
The shoelace? Yes. The sleeve? No.
Yeah, I figured that, Monica. Just wasn't sure if you were gonna use my shoelace for kindling as well.
Well, you never know, do you? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Monica proceeds to fashion a drill of sorts with the two sticks using my shoelace. In the drill, she plants firmly into a larger piece of firewood.
Oh no, not my shoelace.
Then begins to drill into the piece of firewood until a spark suddenly launches onto my former sleeve. Catches fire, and Monica begins to blow into it vigorously. Hey, you're blowing smoke in my face!
No time to complain, Zero. You only got one shot at this, Zero.
You don't have to say my name twice, Monica.
Unless you want to give up another sleeve.
Drops the flaming former sleeve into the fireplace and continues to blow at it.
Help me out here, Zero.
Guess I'm just skilled enough to blow out a fire. Think.
Hey, we did it, Zero.
Stop saying my name! If only Sayori could manage to put that tarp up in the tree above our heads.
And if Yuri can catch us dinner, we'll be set.
Mika sobers down a little.
You like help carrying Natsuki here?
No, I think I can manage. Probably make sure that the fire doesn't go out for some reason.
Fair enough.
Evening falls on our campsite, as the girls begin finishing their respective jobs. Also, yeah, that joke was also kind of a criticism. You don't have to say that's something I've noticed with this mod. You don't have to say the character's name like twice in a sentence. It gets redundant. Evening falls on our campsite as the girls begin finishing their respective jobs. Begins cooking the fish while Yuri's busy tending to the fire. While Sayori's making some kind of bed of grass for Natsuki. I need to carry Natsuki to the shelter. Really careful here. Dropping her is entirely out of the question. Not enough that I'm going to move her. Let's try not to do anything stupid. I slide my right arm underneath her knees and my left arm under her neck. Really gentle here. With your knees and not with your back. Whoop! Oh. Gotcha, Natsuki. And I stand all the way up. Gosh! I was expecting her to be heavy for me. She barely weighs anything at all. Head and limbs dangle lifelessly as I take my slow and measured steps towards the shelter where Sayori had just finished the grass bed. Shelter and Sayori meets me.
You need help with her, Zero?
Yeah. Try to put her down as gently as we can. Help. I gently lay Natsuki out in the bed of grass.
How's she doing?
Kinda hard to tell, I'm afraid.
Poor thing. I really feel bad for her, Zero.
Well, you're in good company, Yuri. I think it's safe to say that we're all pretty concerned about her.
How's her fever, Zero?
Place my hand on Natsuki's head. Her fever's beginning to spike again. You probably should start cooling her off again, guys.
Okay, everyone. The fish is ready. Who's hungry?
You girls go ahead and eat. I'll take care of Natsuki for now.
You've got to be starving.
It's okay, Sayori. Spend most of our time out here unconscious, so I can't be as hungry as you guys are. Go ahead.
All right, Zero. I'll soak up some of the cloths for you first.
Thank you, Yuri.
You coming, Zero?
I'll be along once one of you finished eating. Looking after Natsuki. On us really quickly while the girls were eating their meager meal. Yeah, that's how hungry works. I spent most of my time here on couch, so I can't be as hungry as you guys are. Wouldn't he be hungry, actually? I thought you'd still be... Aren't you still hungry when you're unconscious? I don't know. He probably wouldn't go if he was hungry anyway. Night fell upon us really quickly while the girls were eating their meager meal. Fire lights up Natsuki's white face as I gently shook her forehead down. He weakly fidgets.
Oh. Oh? Sorry, Monica?
Me, Natsuki. Seems groggy. Serious? You alright?
Oh.
Hurts. Weakly, I can barely hear her. Monica approaches us. Seems to have been the only one who heard Natsuki.
Is she awake?
He asks very quietly.
Monica?
Falls unconscious again. He gently taps my shoulder.
I can take care of her now. You go eat.
Gently, eat and head to the fireplace. Blast the fish and peel off the remains of the meat. Yuri and Sayori seem too tired to talk. We're all up together in the shelter to sleep. Leaves only Monica and I awake. Silent. Listening to the crickets and the moving water. Fish is actually pretty good. Salt would have been nice, though. At least I have something to eat and to drink. Fire warming my face. The silence is rather refreshing as well. You can do this. Got to do this. I back up and walk back to the shelter. Micah stands up as well.
You go ahead and get some sleep, Zero. I can take the first watch.
Thanks, Monica. I am grateful. My eyelids are so heavy. Down in the shelter and close my eyes. Okay, now we're dreaming, I guess. Thank you for 220 bits. It's Sonic. Don't know if this is hilarious, but I hope my character Sonic just shows up out of nowhere. I don't think Sonic's showing up in this mod. Hey, Zero. Don't worry, I'm alright. This is just the end of the demo. Oh, okay, the demo's over. Alright.
Okay.
Swordmaster really hopes that you enjoyed it. Swordmaster knows how I feel about it.
He knows.
That was... that was a joke. That was a joke. He also wants me to tell you the full mod will be ready sometime between August and Christmas. Alright. Well, he hopes it'll be anyway. Yeah, Swordmaster's kind of busy these days at college. His artwork and Dark Souls 2. Isn't that the worst Dark Souls? Swordmaster, you were just trying to make people not like you.
Oh no!
I thought that was the worst one!
Swordmaster, run.
I don't even play Dark Souls. I just heard Dark Souls 2 is like the worst one. Anyway, once we take this opportunity to give you guys the credits for the demo thus far. Let's see. This is a cute way to do credits, though. Where to begin? Start with the background images that he used. These are all from the community access section of the DDLC M Reddit. You meant the DDMC Reddit? Unless there is a DDLC M Reddit.
DDLC M, let's go.
It's the only Dark Souls my computer can run? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
The residential rain BG was made by Astro Space. Do I have to read the credits? You guys can fucking read the credits. It's fucking credits, alright? Yeah, there you go. These are the people who made all this stuff. I'm like, why am I reading credits?
Natsuki said a link.
Ugh. I know Swordmaster and me of all people tell you guys the credits. And you picked on Yuri instead. Or Monica. Seems to me that Monica would have been the better choice for all of this. Let's see. There's also a special thanks section to this credit roll. He's thanking Markiplier for introducing him to Doki Doki Literature Club. And to me. Also like to beat you, Mike, for just the world DDLC mods. Yeah, the first Master watch was exit music. Oh, don't know. Back to the special thanks, shall we? What do you mean? Natsuki wants to talk more about exit music. There's also like to thank Tormuse for his invaluable instructions on modding. Well, he did give instructions, so he did mean DDMC then. Mr. Epic here for his DDLC scripting guide. I keep forgetting that's who made the scripting guide. And commented for tutorial videos. Forgot he made tutorial videos. And his voice actor. Doesn't sound a bit like Monica. He has a voice actor? Who? There's a voice actor? The master goes done without you guys. Alright, did I get everyone? What? No? There's more? Oh my god! Program photos of Microsoft Paint. Alright, that's fair. And use the program Snip and Sketch to modify the logo. Swordmaster, are we done yet? Are we? Oh my god! This is the longest credits! Oh, that's right. How could I forget them? I might also like to thank the following YouTubers for their regular DDLC mod content. Who the fuck kind of losers are on here?
Yeah.
You'd like to thank— ah, shit!
Oh god! There he is.
Damn it!
You're the first one too.
I just realized I just called like everyone else losers. We're all losers.
Yeah, Ronald One-Punch, you're a loser.
Yeah, I'm bringing them down with me. I'm bringing you all down with me. You guys rock. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the DDLC community. Especially like to thank you, Zero, for taking the time to play this mod. Shut up!
Don't be mean.
I'm sorry. Alright, so Master and I would bake cupcakes for you. There's still that little problem with our different realities, so— oh, I appreciate it, Natsuki. That's the thought they'll have to count here. You're just gonna have to find some yourself. Oh!
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it from us. We hope to see you guys again for the full release of Natural Disaster. Bye.
It's okay, I'll make you cupcakes, and then I'll say that they're Natsuki.
Okay. So. So, now that I know the Swordmaster watches my channel, I'm gonna have to bump up his mods. So no.
No.
Doesn't matter if people watch me. I appreciate that people watch me, but as always, I stay impartial. So, as we've pointed out, there are a few problems with this mod. It is a demo, so that's why I'm trying to give as much criticism as I could. As much as, like, feelings as I could. There's a lot of problems here. I think the actual premise, though, is good. You know, like, I think, because I feel like I spent the majority of the time talking about the cons, so you know the problems. the premise here is good. I like the idea of all of them having to survive out in the wilderness. No mod has done this, so I think that's a very interesting premise. The premise here is good. And
actually, it's really strange because for some reason, I was like recently thinking about like a situation like this. Like, what would happen if like they were all stranded in like the wilderness? What would they do? Like, how would they react to things? And I'm glad that there's actually something that's doing that because I'm always curious about it. I was always curious how people would interpret that. So it's cool that there's a mod for it now.
It's like, I think that's pretty good. Some of the dialogue is a little iffy. There's some things where I'm like, MC, what the fuck did you just say? Like sometimes there's some dialogue where I'm like, what did this person just say? And stuff like that. That feels like it doesn't flow very well. But there are also some good dialogue moments. I like I think what the Monica and MC debating with each other was cute. Like, some things worked well. Now, for the character personalities, Natsuki is a little too egocentric for me for me personally in the beginning. I kind of feel like Natsuki's whole not leaving the club thing felt a little forced and just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like it just kind of happened out of nowhere and then was just resolved too quickly. It felt like it just...
Was there a reason it happened? Like, did it
there really
anything?
wasn't. It was just forced.
Oh, okay. So it was just there for nothing.
It was just a little odd. I feel like it was just kind of unnecessary.
Because, like, I can understand it being there if it led up to something happening, but I guess nothing happened out of that. Nothing came out of that.
So, there's that. The whole self-aware Monica thing. So, there is a lot of hints towards her being aware. And let me explain this. There is a way to make self-aware Monica work in this. It's if Monica is self-aware, but she still treats the girls like she cares about them, I guess. Like, if you want to go with the idea that Monica's self-aware, like but she's just like, but she still cares about them. Yeah, like she's living with it. If you want to go with that idea, then it could technically work because that's the whole thing. It's like... Because it's like, and you could maybe argue that maybe she doesn't have the power to change all that stuff. Maybe this is out of her control. So she knows she's in a game. But my only problem with that is, what's the point in making herself aware?
Yeah.
Like, if she can't control anything, well, then making herself aware just feels pointless at that point. Like, it feels like you might be better off just not making yourself aware.
I was gonna say, or you could make it so something, like, disrupts the game and makes it so she wasn't able to like know that this was gonna happen or something like that. But then I was like, but then what's the point of making her aware? Because like if she didn't even know it to begin with, it's not.
I'm itching to explain, but I can't. I mean, I guess I'll just have to see what your plan is, and hopefully it's.
We'll hear you out and wait for whatever you.
I'll hear you out when it happens, but I'm just trying to tell you, it's a slippery slope from what I'm seeing so far. Like so far,
might be able to bring it back, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a slippery slope so far, but... I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe... I'll have to trust you on that one. Sayori, like, is a little too dumb sometimes, I think. She feels a bit Flanderized. Like, it kind of feels like they made her... It kind of feels like you made her a bit too dumb. Like, I feel like that just needs to be toned back a bit. Yuri's basically fine. She's not super shy. I've noticed she actually says full sentences, so you're already better with that. You're already better than most mods that do Yuri.
Yuri's fine, yeah.
Yeah, so Yuri's already pretty fine. Yuri's a little too self-deprecating on a few occasions. I feel like Yuri was a kind of...
In the beginning there, I did feel like she was very self-deprecating, but then I was like...
Yuri is kind of Isn't Yuri kind of self-deprecating, though, as a character? I feel like she kind of is.
But she was, like, begging people to, like, yell at her and stuff.
Okay, well,
like
that one was a little weird. That part was a little odd, yeah. That part was a little weird.
But that was really it.
They nerfed Sayori. They are nerfed Sayori in these new patch notes. Oh, well, it has potential. It definitely has potential. It definitely, a lot of these issues feel like it could definitely be fixed. People who cut them so typically self-deprecating. I definitely will say Yuri has some self-deprecating tendencies, but I feel like she was going a bit too far. Plus, Yuri would probably never bring up her period, even accidentally. Yeah, that was another thing I thought was kind of a weird line. But, yeah. Anyway, that is it for this mod. I hope you all enjoyed. I will most likely play the full release just because I'm curious to see what happens. But, yeah. If you want to download this yourself, the link will be in the description below. And yeah, this has been Zero. Peace.
Bye.
I'm a sharpshooter.